Hello friends, this is Pratik from Coding Blocks, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how you can make your own Thug Life program. So a lot of my students had requested me how they can print emojis, diagrams, maps in C++. So this is one way of doing it. Otherwise, using graphics library, I will be covering some more things on graphics later on, but today we are going to discuss the run length encoding algorithm for printing the pattern, and the pattern is the Thug Life pattern. So let's get started. Right. So first of all, I'm going to show you the output. What is the output of this program? So the output is this Thug Life and the text written using the ASCII characters. And this is a very simple source code, easy to understand, but the first time when you are understanding this code, it might seem difficult, but it's I hope after this tutorial you will be able to build a code like this. So let's see what is this code, the Sublime text. So let me run it and show you the output first. So let me build this program, and let's also run it. So you can see the output is this pattern, and number of lines we have used is very less. The main thing in this program is this string, which is a run length encoding of the given pattern. So what I did is I have just decoded this pattern, coded this. So what is run length encoding? Let's discuss about run length encoding first. There's a very simple coding algorithm which says, here you can see the plus character is repeating, let's say 10 times. The plus is repeating 10 times, and then at the rate is repeating. So if I have a string like this, a space space, then maybe something like at the rate at the rate at the rate. So in a simpler form, this string can be written like this: times a followed by 2 times p followed by 4 times at the rate. This is a very simple string. What I did is I have just used this encoding scheme to represent this pattern, and using by decoding it, by converting it again to this form, I got this out. This is the run length encoding algorithm, or in the simpler terms it is also called string compression. One of the ways of pressing the this is the algorithm behind this program, but there are few more things. So you might ask, I have used y, x, and some other characters like w and x. So what I did is I have just created a mapping. So w means plus, w refers to the plus, x refers to the space, y refers to the backslash n, and z refers to the at the rate. So whenever I encounter y, I print backslash n. When I encounter x, I print this character space. So the entire pattern is represented using this string, and the string is quite long in length. So in the decoding part, what I did is I just extracted the integers and the characters from this part. So I got count. So count, what is count? So count is basically this number 134, 1, 135, and so on. These are the things, this thing basically. So count refers to the integers in the string. So while this count is non-zero, what I am printing is the mapped character. So what is the mapped character? 134 times x. What does this mean? I have to print 134 times the mapped value of x, which is space. It is basically 134 space. Then followed by 135 1 times y. So what is y? Y is mapped to backslash. Then I come to new line. Then I print something like at the rate at the rate. So entire pattern of the thug life is saved in this. So let's also see the run length encoding algorithm which I have used to build this program. So if you want to build something like this from your scratch, so you have to start from some basic steps. So let me list all the steps which are being used. So there is a website called Pick ASCII which converts your image into an ASCII art. You can go to Pick ASCII. So you can upload any one image. So I had an image, let's say, yeah, so this is the image I had. So you can see we got one pattern, right? So this pattern was generated in ASCII, but to make the run length encoding scheme more efficient, what I did is I just replaced all these characters with a single character, right? I have replaced all the characters. So in the second step, what I did is, let me show you two outputs. So file open. So this was the actual output which the pick ASCII gave me. This was the output which pick ASCII gave me, but the string in this output becomes very large because there are more number of non-unique characters. So what I did is, using some simple logic, I made it simpler so that run length encoding becomes more efficient. So you can see this pattern is relatively simpler and it just uses four characters. It just uses four characters. So what are these characters? So these characters are plus, at the rate, and space, and the backslash. So I'm using just four characters. So this is something which I made using my program. I will just also show you the code. So I have another file which is called tug creator. So in this file, what I did is I have this function. So this program takes the actual pattern generated by pick ASCII as the input, and if it finds some different character, then it replaces it by plus. I do not change at the rate, space, and backslash n because these are the most frequently used characters. So for all other characters, I use the sign plus. So this program gives me this output. So you can see in this output only four characters are being used. Plus means all other characters. At the rate is not changed, and spaces and backslash n is not changed. Then I have written one encode function. Encode function is a simpler run length encoding scheme. You can learn more about it. So as I told, what it does is, if I have something like this, a b b c c, so it writes it like this: 3 times a, 3 times b, and 2 times c. So your string becomes small in length. So since in patterns we have lot of repetitions, so we write this thing like 10 times plus, and then 20 times plus, and so on. So entire row is represented in a very small information. So this string compression algorithm I used to create a string. So this is the string finally generated. This is the finally generated string. So after encoding this pattern, I got a finally this string. This, yeah, this is the string. After decoding this string, I pasted this string in my program. This is a very big string, and in this function I just decoded this string. So decoding का logic मैंने already discuss कर लिया है, तो कुछ नहीं है. It is a kind of difficult to understand code, but it is very easy, right? So if you got the steps how you can make any program, you can print any image using ASCII. So I will share the code on coding blocks resources section. You can go and download these files. So I hope you got how this program works. Thank you for watching. Bye bye and keep coding.